Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between MaNa and Cham on Frost, the ladder edition. In the bottom left side of the map we have the red Protoss player, it is MaNa. And in the top right side of the map we have the blue Zerg player, it is Cham. So we have Team Liquid versus Root Gaming here for you today on Frost, the ladder edition. Generally this map tends to be longer games, but that's not always the case. And let's see what these two players do. I love college football season. For those of you who are not American and don't understand, don't worry. You don't have to. Looks like a hatch first here from Cham. And, oh, alright. So MaNa went and threw down his gateway on the low ground in the choke right outside the natural. This, yeah. This is a pretty narrow natural for the current map pool, so I don't really blame him for that point and that decision. And let's see if Cham's going to go ahead and go Extractor here. Yep, Extractor, and then we're going to go Pool next, and we'll just see how this goes. There's the Assimilator. Cybernetics Core going to come out as soon as MaNa is able to do so. Well, actually, the Nexus first, and then a Cyber Core, but look at this timing. The Gateway's not even finished yet. MaNa has 400 minerals. Bam, there's the Nexus. And it can still save up to get those 150 for the Cyber Core when the time comes. That's why this build makes sense. There's just somebody noticed at one point there's time to get a Nexus after your Gateway is under construction. And then you can get a Cyber Core, like, you know, a couple seconds later. It delays you a tiny bit, but it gets you a Nexus in there. So that's great. It's just a very smart build. I wonder if Liquidpedia credits the people who came up with these builds. Like, who came up with the 4-gate? Who came up with the 1-rack expand? Who came up with the 1-gate expand? Who decided to go hatch first for the first time? I mean, I feel like these people are important individuals in the StarCraft community, and they should be recognized. And we should just name the builds after them, right? Yeah, so there's the pool for Cham. Third base already on the way here at 2 minutes. Sub 2 minutes that thing got started, just to the bottom and the left of the natural. Didn't take the one just at the left of the main, and I'm not sure if that's because there's the high ground harassment you have to worry about, and not so much with the place that he did choose. But regardless, it's a 3-hatch opening. Warp Gate Research on the way, and Chrono boosting out Unadept. MaNa going for all manner of standard openings here, has the second Assimilator as well back home. Probe running away, did take some shots, but is going to manage to get it all the way home safely. 2 Queens on the way for our Zerg player, and Protoss getting a Stargate. So this could be an Oracle. I do like Oracle openings. I feel they're very good indeed. Some Lings scouting across the map for Cham, just trying to see what is going on. What is up? Taking both as on like a watchtowers, actually. Okay, so he just wants map visibility. He doesn't necessarily want to get in there and see what's happening with MaNa. And honestly, this front door doesn't tell him anything. The Lings will get here. They'll get killed by the Adept. They'll see the Cyber Core. They'll see the Gateway. They'll say, that didn't tell me anything important at all. I need to know what the next level of tech is. And the next level of tech is Stargate. So let's see if he has any Overlords in position. He does. He has an Overlord coming from the bottom right down to that bottom left, and one coming from the top left down to the bottom left as well. We'll see if they get there in time to actually give him any valuable information. I don't think they will, is the problem. They're so slow. And there's the Oracle. Oracle for MaNa. Worker count 32 to 31. And again, I say this all the time. All the time, but it is the truth. You need either 2 Queens or a Queen and a Spore Crawler to handle an Oracle at your base. Otherwise, you're going to lose 7, 8, 9 workers, and it's bad. It is bad. Yes, the Queen is anti-air, but the Queen is not good enough anti-air to kill an Oracle faster than it can kill your workers. Third Nexus on the way for the MaNa Adept. Heading on out. Possibly, yes, heading out to do some scouting as MaNa. About time. I mean, that probe was a while ago. Cham is getting a Roach Warren and actually a Phoenix follow-up to that first Oracle. So where's that Oracle going? Oracle's trying to go somewhere where it doesn't get noticed by Overlords. Heading north. That one might have seen it. We'll see the reaction here from Cham. He's got 1 Queen in his main. He's got Spore Crawler and a Queen in his natural. And a Spore Crawler not coming up. He did see that. He must have seen that Oracle coming. So it's gonna be a close thing here. Will the Oracle be able to get in and get some damage done in the main before that Spore Crawler pops? Is he gonna go there at all? Oracle can't decide where to attack first, and does decide to go into here into the main. Queen stabbing away. Oh, another Queen comes in to assist, and yes, able to chase that Oracle away. Doesn't even get a single kill before it is forced to retreat. Good job by Cham bringing that Queen up to help defend at the natural base from at the main from the natural. That's fantastic. Phoenix flying around for MaNa saying, "You scouted my Oracle and made that harass completely inefficient. I will burn down your Overlord and you will be sad." Cham says, "Yeah, probably. Probably I'll be sad." It's 59 to 47 total harvesters. Second extractor on the way for Cham here at the main base lair. Coming up too. Oracle, still no kills. No kills. I'm telling you, this Spore Crawler Queen combo is rock solid. 4th base on the way for Cham. Did that get scouted? Yes, it did get scouted. MaNa saw it. Cham playing a little greedy here. I don't know if it's going to come back and bite him or not. Baneling Nest on the way for Cham. Lair just about to complete. More and more roaches under production. 8 now at a time. And +1 melee attack. Robotics facility coming out for the Protoss player. So if he goes Immortal, I think he's going to be in a good spot. Just because they absolutely wreck roaches. Wreck them. Unless Cham goes for the Ravager composition. In which case they're not quite as good. Adepts for MaNa trying to sneak on into this 3rd base. And they do. There are some Lings and some roaches here. And a Queen. Alright, Adepts, what you got? How many workers can you kill? The answer is not many. Not many. He got 1 drone kill and lost 4 Adepts there. Ouch. Ouch. Good job by Cham splitting up his units, though. He's got some roaches and Lings at his 3rd. He's got, well, actually, he doesn't really have anything anywhere else, so never mind. Never mind. It looked like maybe that just was his whole army at the time. That seems entirely possible. Templar Archives on the way for the MaNa. +1 ground weapons charge being researched by MaNa now. How are we looking on army supply? About 1,200 for the Protoss and about, 2,200 by Cham. So he's really macroing hard right now. Making those Lings. He's getting those Ravagers. Boop, they're popping in just like I thought they would. Lings moving across the map. Oracle sees him and says, ah, crud. Lings are on the way. What do? We warp in Zealots. We warp in our Zealots. We warp in Adepts. We get Storm for our Templar as well, but here comes the Blue Swarm. Blue Swarm coming across the minimap right now. Lings getting right into the action, though. Surrounding one of the Zealots. Going to take it down very quickly indeed. Wants to get those sentries so bad. Get the sentries, Lings. Trying to do force fields to save themselves. Pretty good force fields by MaNa. And I think both the sentries survived. Nicely done. They're kind of glitching out inside that little force field cage, but they're okay. They're alive. That's what matters. Oracle trying to burn down enough of these Banelings and these Lings. 2 Oracles actually doing a great job thinning out Cham's army, but here we go. Immortal trying to retreat back to the natural base. Handful of sentries here as well. And no, surrounding the Immortal with the Lings. The Ravagers throwing down corrosive biles on top of everything. Everybody is dead here. Immortal trying to hold that line. Corrosive bile takes it down. Some Banelings crashing on through the front door as well. It is chaos now inside the natural base of MaNa. The Oracle's trying to do everything they can from above, but they just don't have enough. Corrosive bile takes one of them out. 2 some Archons do come from the backside, but they're getting surrounded by Lings and attacked from range by Ravagers. What a great composition there, and that's it, a GG from MaNa. So that is it for game 1 of our sneaky 2-game cast that I like to do every once in a while. Cham defeats MaNa in this map on Frost, just with, I mean, I don't want to say it's a timing attack because he had 5 bases at 7 minutes. It's just MaNa didn't really do much harassment in the early game. Try to get some Adept stuff in there. That got shut down very easily indeed. Never really got the Oracle stuff going. That got shut down too. I mean, he tried, but this is what happens when you fail to harass a Zerg player. They will come and eat you with Lings and Ravagers and Banelings and stuff and whatever they feel like doing. So, nice job by Cham for game 1. Let's go ahead and move on into game number 2. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to game 2 of our sneaky 2-for-1 today. This is a laser versus barcode on King Sigmund Station, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player barcode, who I'm pretty sure is Naniwa, based on that spinning logo. I think I cast a game of his where this was present, so I'm going to say this is Naniwa. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is a laser from True Esport. All right, so a PVZ to follow up our PVZ from game number 1, wherein Cham, again, was just kind of allowed to do whatever he wanted against MaNa. MaNa couldn't get the harassment off, didn't do enough damage. With his early attacks, his Oracle play was scouted, and that kind of shut him down to the point where Cham showed up with a big army. The Immortals were a great choice against the Lings and the Ravagers. Sentries were good, but there just weren't enough of them, and that third base was just really difficult to protect as well. So Cham won that one fairly handily, and we'll see how this goes with a laser versus Naniwa here. Next is first out of Naniwa. We've seen that before from Naniwa in that previous game into a gateway, so he feels safe enough from whatever early aggression a laser's going to try here. Although a laser is going extractor pool. A laser's not going hatch first. He's getting a hatch now, boop, but it's actually late. That pool is going to complete here in the next 20 seconds or so, which means Lings will be coming down. I'm not sure what Naniwa is going to be able to do to hold off any early Ling aggression, unless these are defensive Lings. Sometimes you see pull first out of Zerg just so they can be ready for proxy stuff from the Protoss for cannon rushes, for things like that. But we'll see if a laser decides to send these Lings out, or if he's going to keep them at home and just do things like pick off the scouting probe. Now, Naniwa's smart. Naniwa recognized this hatchery is late, which means he needs to go in and see what else is going on. And yes, indeed, he does see the spawning pool. He sees the extractor. He sees 2 workers on the gas, which is interesting out of a laser. He does want to get speed, it seems, but he doesn't really want to cut back on his drone production too badly. So I think he's going to go ahead and continue with that drone production, get a handful of Lings out. I mean, maybe no more than these 2. Yeah, I don't think it's even any more than these 2. So a laser just go and pull first as a matter of fact here. Gets a queen out. I guess if you get your queens out faster, at least your first one out faster. And the second hatchery just about to complete here. Yep, indeed, speed is on the way. And back up to full saturation for a laser. So he must have these timings down somehow. Need to pay attention to those a little bit more and see if we can figure out what he's trying to do. Cybernetics core on the way just now. Warping in for Naniwa. Pneumatized Carapace on the way for a laser. He really wants to get those scouting overlords in. They're already in, though. I mean, this one's already moving into the main base. He has another overlord coming in, perching itself right over the natural. Sees the Zealot holding the wall. Ling's trying to knock down this pylon. Zealot comes in and gets... Nope. Almost gets 1. Does take 3 shots to kill a Ling unless they have that +1 upgrade, and then turns into 2. As a mosquito or something flies past my microphone. What was that? It's October. There shouldn't be mosquitoes. Third hatch now on the way for a laser in the traditional third hatch location in this particular map. Warp gate research on the way. And a Twilight Council just now is getting started for Naniwa. So going robotics facility and Twilight Council, which tells me we could see something like a DT drop. That's a potential thing, but we'll just keep an eye on it and see what's going on. Fast overlords trailing clouds of smoke as they flame their way across the Protoss base. That thing kills me every time. Look how awesome that is. I'm surprised more people haven't done that. It just looks great. It looks good. It does. Alright, so soon to be 3 base versus 2 base. Naniwa might fall into this trap. Right? Might fall into this trap where he just thinks he doesn't have to really damage a laser, or he can make some attacks that don't work very well and be fine. But look at that. It is a Dark Shrine. Ah, Dark Shrine Rush out of Naniwa. We'll see how this one goes. Let's see. Robotics facility is indeed making a warp prism. Okay, so it is DT drops. I called it right for once, you guys. That doesn't happen a whole lot. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. So the question is, has a laser scouted this? No, he hasn't scouted the Dark Shrine. Oh, this could get dangerous. He does have speed overlords. He needs to come back in for another pass right about now. I know there's a stalker. I know it's scary. But sacrifice that overlord. See exactly what that next tech is. Although, does he know about... So he knows about these 2. He knows about the robotics facility, and he knows about the Twilight Council. So he might be able to figure this out. He actually is getting a Spore Crawler here at natural base. Anything in his main? No. And there's a one at his 3rd coming up now. So, okay. He does seem to have something of an idea of what's going on here. Also morphing in an Overseer. That's fantastic. Just great play out of a laser. 3rd Nexus coming up for a Naniwa behind this attack. And are any roaches? Yep, 7 roaches in production. Roaches are very good against Dark Templar. Just that range is super nice. Sends a Changeling out like way, way inside his natural base. That's not going to be able to change for a long time. But whatever. I mean, there it goes, crawling. Does it actually not get a speed bonus for being on creep? It doesn't look like it does. Looks like it's just as fast. So here it is. Oh, it's an Archon drop. Oh, not a DT drop at all. So roaches are still a pretty good choice here. I like what we're seeing. Does force them to get out. Get out of there. 2 drones were killed so far. Archons moving their way up to the natural base in that warp prism. Unloading here. Killing a couple Lings very quickly. Queen really wants to kill that warp prism. Can't do it as the Archons are on top. Get out. Run. Pretty good micro on display from Naniwa here. I like this. I like what he's doing. He's really keeping a laser stuck inside his base. He's making roaches and he's making hydras, but he can't really send them anywhere. Archon drop to try to kill this overlord. Run, speed overlord. Ah, great micro. Fantastic micro out of Naniwa to take down that overlord. Beautiful stuff. Hydroden just now finishing for a laser. That's going to be very useful in this situation. Just taking out the warp prism, taking out the Archons from a distance, dropping here. Going after the spawning pool, roaches show up, and he just leaves. Naniwa saying, you know what? I don't have to engage you guys at all. period. Overseer chasing these guys around. Queens really trying to take down that War Prism. Can they get it? No. Again, staying alive just barely. A little bit trapped, though. Is Naniwa here, I think. Can he sneak back into the main? The natural, I mean, the third base is a no-go. There's a ton of queens there. There's a bunch of roaches. But back into the main. Lurker Den coming in for a laser. 6-minute Lurker Den. Also, an Immortal Adept Sentry Stalker push cancels a laser's fourth base that he was trying to take during that whole thing. Forces the cancel there. Warp Prism moving out. Is he going to move back in is the question. I'm not sure that Naniwa is going to risk it, as this Warp Prism is pretty low on health. 37 hit points. Another Overlord dying, though. These guys, 4 kills on one, 6 kills on the other. These are pretty effective drop Archons. Pretty darn effective indeed. All right, so here we go. More stuff added on to the traditional army for Naniwa. A lot of Adepts, specifically. A lot of Adepts here. More Adepts working in. And here we go. 2 Immortals, Adepts, Sentries, Stalkers, killing Creep Tumors with an Overseer in their army. Is there an Overseer here? I think there is. Yes, there definitely is. Moving up to the third base, sending some Shades in. And is he going to finish that? No. He cancels it. Pretty big army here of Roach Hydra for a laser, though, with Ravager Queen mixed in. I like this composition from a laser as well. It's just, it looks like a lot here from Barcode Naniwa. 1 Archon in the front. Ah, gets picked off by the Hydras from a distance. Still trying to make this thing work, though, is Naniwa. He's being aggressive. I mean, you can't argue with that too much. Adepts, again, warping on in, trying to see what they can see. Is he just going to sit right on top? He does. Adepts right on top of everything. The Immortals from a distance, trying to focus down the Roaches. Great job. Corrosive Biles trying to get the Adepts actually hitting their own stuff more than anything else here. The Immortals in the back have remained virtually untouched. 5 kills on one, 6 kills on the other. More Corrosive Biles landing. Guardian Shield comes up. A little bit of a late addition there, but man, where did a laser's army go? That went a lot better for Naniwa than I ever expected here. Adepts clearing out Roaches from behind, and that is it. A well played out of a laser. A laser is defeated, and Naniwa is victorious in our game number 2. He doesn't want to leave, though. He wants to continue roasting, destroying drones and things, and then he finally decides it is time to get out. So that battle went a lot better for Naniwa than I expected. I think the Adepts being mixed in with the Roaches and the Hydras made Corrosive Bile a lot less effective than it normally would be. So took full advantage of that. Corrosive Bile is hitting their own stuff. Again, the Immortals were just left untouched. 10 kills and 9 kills. 20 kills between those two. That was like 75% of a laser's army right there. So got it done. Great push out of Naniwa. The Archon drop stuff was also super interesting. I hope you Protoss fans were inspired by that. We've seen it before. It's not super new to the channel, but still, it was some good control, some good decision-making on his part. And I think, did he just send that home eventually? I actually don't know where that thing went. Did he lose it? It looks like he might have lost it, trying to sneak back in for one more go. But either way, nice job to Naniwa. Congratulations to the Protoss. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another 2 for Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govan, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Robert Farmer, KN, Matt Meermans, Hakon Marcus, Christopher, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboyne, 19 Day, Kith Carlo, Alexander Canaris, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estagoy, Bo Brissett, Cale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Menhadin, GMP, Sik Kupata, Pedro Batsaris, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Chang, Rajiv Bhatt, link at the top right. Thank you. Bye.